Hey, what is up, guys? It's your boy Z, and welcome back to today's TubeCast. Today, I have a very special and close friend. He's an entertainer. You probably heard of him by the Renecide. How you doing, man?
I'm doing very well, Mr. Zyridius. How are
I'm
you?
doing good. So I hope you're doing well, and I hope everyone is looking forward to the next TubeCast today. And I'm going to jump straight in with the Renecide by asking his first question. How long have you been an entertainer in general, and when did it all start for you?
Dang, you want me to go way back before
You
Renecide?
can go way back or you can
Ooh,
go wherever, mate. The floor is yours.
Dang, okay, so it all first started when I was like 9 years old. I had a channel called I don't think I ever said this actually, but okay, so this is like big news for you because like no one knows this shit. So this is like exclusive, ladies and gentlemen. So the first channel I ever made was in 2009 by the name of Super Extreme 11.
Su-
And what I did, yeah,
was it
yeah,
Super Extreme 101?
no, Super Extreme 11,
1-1.
11, yeah. It's basically, oh, I can't believe I'm saying this shit. But okay, don't judge. I was 9 years old, okay. But the content I used to make was Beyblade videos. Not sure if you heard of the toy Beyblade.
Oh, my son is very into them. Yeah,
Yeah, the little spinny thingies, spinny metal
yeah,
things. So that's what I used to do. I used to like have a not laptop, like a iPad. I used to put on through point it at a glass table, like pointing downwards because it's
yeah.
see-through, because glass is see-through. And then I used to put like a stadium, the Beyblade Stadium, underneath the glass table. And then I'll press record, and then it'll get like a bird's eye view of the stadium.
Oh, yeah,
So then that's how I recorded. So I didn't have a tripod, I didn't have nothing. I literally just had an iPad. I go on the video mode, press record, and then just literally launch the Beyblades. And then I did that like 20, I done 20 videos out of
yeah.
that. And then that just like, because I used to love Beyblade a lot. Obviously, I was a kid, those are my favorite thing. But then it kind of got me into like making videos because it's like, it's like expression,
Hmm.
I never show myself in front of the camera. I didn't do any of that, but I just love the fact that I can post something and then the whole world can see it. And I was only 9 years old, so the concept of that kind of blew me away. But then I deleted the channel. Well, I didn't delete the channel, but I deleted all the videos, which I regret. So flash forward to 2012, I made a channel called RS Anuro. RS stands for RuneScape. So I'm not sure if you heard of the game
RuneScape,
called
yeah,
RuneScape.
yeah, I know it.
One of the biggest MMORPGs back in the day. And for RS Anuro, Anuro was like my old alias. So before Renecide, I was called Anuro. So I used to make RuneScape videos. So it's like making tutorials on how to make money, little RuneScape vlogs to see what I'm up to, like my progress as a player, all that kind of stuff. I used to talk in front of the microphone, all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. But then the reason why I delete, I wish I had those videos, but I deleted it, which is such a stupid mistake. One of my biggest regrets. I made like 30, 25 to 30 videos, and I reached around 55 subscribers, which wasn't so bad in a few months. But what happened was the reason why I deleted the channel was because someone from school found out.
Oh,
Because yeah, someone from school found out, and they were gonna blackmail me to say, "Oh, do as I say, or I'll reveal a channel to everyone, and I'll get everyone to make fun of you."
yeah,
So then I deleted the channel, and of course, he couldn't blackmail me
yeah.
anymore, basically. So then, of course, Renecide came along. So December 13th, 2013, when I created the Renecide Gamer, and oh, where to even start? Like it's gonna be a very, very, very long answer. But long story short, the reason why I made my channel again is because 2013 was one of the worst years of my life. I had nobody, pretty much lost everything in terms of relationships. I wasn't happy. It was the first time I had suicidal urges as well. I was 13 years old.
Wow.
So the reason why I made the Inside Gamer is like it's like reintroducing myself to the
Yeah,
world,
yeah.
and hopefully, maybe at least one person will accept me for who I am because the real world didn't.
Mm,
So yeah, that's just like the brief story of the introduction of the Renecide Gamer.
yeah. Wow. I didn't know you had a couple of channels
Yeah,
before that.
I think Actually, you're one of the rare few. People like Shelf and Reese, they don't know about that actually. So yeah, I think you're the second person that knows about my previous channels.
Right.
Even the very, very first channel from 2009. So I've been in the game for a very long time,
I
10 years
I feel
actually.
privileged now you told me that. No, thanks, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's
No
good.
worries, my G. But you're the homie, man. I have to tell you this stuff. Yeah.
So, where did your channel name come from? Like, what does the actual name Renecide mean?
The actual word isn't a proper
Yeah.
word. However, um, when I used to watch RuneScape back in the day, I used to watch a YouTuber called Regicidal, and I seen like a Q&A that he did on his YouTube. I can't remember the specific video, so I apologize for that. But how he got his name was from the word regicide, and that word means I'm not sure if you heard of Macbeth,
Yeah.
Shakespeare. Uh, when someone commits regicide, that means to kill a king. So that's like he thought that sounded cool, and I was like, okay, regicide was a cool name. Regicide is a cool name. Now, Renecide was like one of my heroes back in the day because, RuneScape and him having a massive following, and I wanted to be like him. But then the term Regicide, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way because it's like, I don't want to like be known for killing king,
Yeah.
So I just adjust the word a bit to Renecide. And I was like, you know what? Instead of to kill a king, why not to be a king? You know what I'm saying? So I
Oh,
was like,
dude,
fuck
I
it.
like it.
I'm gonna call myself Renecide. Yeah. So it has like it wasn't just like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna call myself Renecide. It took like time to develop because it's when I had like nobody back in 2013, when I lost everything in
Yeah.
2013, I wanted to, make sure that I stick with a name that I truly love. And if I stick with a name I truly love, which is Renecide, then hopefully the Renecide can be something big one day. That was always my plan ever since I was 13 years old.
Wow. I
Yeah.
I like that.
And I think you're the first person who knows that as well.
Wow. The name To Kill a King. Why not be the king? That
Exactly
dude.
that, man.
That is
Yeah.
very similar to my name Zyridius. Because you hear all the Greek
Really?
gods and stuff like this, it sounds very Greek mythology.
Yeah.
And you have Medusas, and you have Zeus and all that sort of thing.
Zeus,
And I
yeah.
thought, right, well, why doesn't Zyrius become the god of gaming?
Fuck it. But that could happen,
See? Oh, I'd never be that good of a gamer, but
Yeah.
that's where the name come from. And to hear you
But in
say,
terms of your platform and what you can
yeah,
express, I mean, you never know.
but
Obviously, being the best at gaming is like really impossible. You have to start at a really young age. You have to be like a prodigy, but you can build your own kingdom, basically.
yeah, and a lot of Red Bulls.
Red Bull sponsorship coming motherfucking soon.
So now
That's cool though.
now
We had a similar origin
yeah,
in terms of how we came up with that name. That's pretty fucking ironic,
it is. It is. I wanted to be, Zyrus.
I think that's why we click.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we both have like similar
A
motives.
lot of similarities.
100%. Except you're an old man and I'm a young.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
I'm a grey bush.
Oh, I'm a young, sexy caramel. Oof.
Oof.
Alright. Oof.
So, as an entertainer, what goals have you set yourself now as an entertainer?
In the present,
In the present, like for your channel, for being an entertainer in general, what goals have you set yourself?
in terms of my goals as a Renecide,
Yeah.
my motives have changed over the years because obviously I went from a young teenager to now eventually becoming a man. I'm 19. Well, I'm turning 20 in around like 2 weeks, 21st of December. So I'm getting fucking old as a month. Well, my goals right now is as Renecide, as an entertainer, it's always been the same: help people. But with the back in the days, to be like, oh, I'll play games, people will laugh, people enjoy it. But now I'm thinking realistically, like, how can my films or how can my documentaries, how can my piece of art can connect with people and truly cause a discussion to get taboo subjects
Mm-hmm.
more well known and more spoken about, especially when as you know, as a brown, you know, religious male back in the day.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still brown, but you know, I'm not really religious. Well, obviously, I'm still brown. Well, you can tell, but I'm not really religious as I used to be. But there seems to be a lot of issues that's been going on with the brown community, with the local brown community, in terms of talking about sensitive subjects like mental health. So, using my past experience with the pain I dealt in the past, ever since I was like a young adolescent, you know, for example, when I was 13, being one of the worst years of my life, my goal has always been to help people and make sure that people don't feel like the way I used to back in the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know it's a bit like it's a bit serious. Like back in the day, I used to be very well. I'm still goofy. I'm still goofy as a motherfucker, but back in the day, I used to make comedic videos and sketches and stuff like that because I want to make people laugh and forget about their pain.
Yeah.
But nowadays, it's like, all right, let's talk about issues and how we can express it, so we can bring a community together to build bridges and build a kingdom, basically, to make sure that people don't feel alone. Because adolescence, I'm not sure when this episode is going to release, but on the 30th of December, I talk about, you know, my trauma, my traumatic experience as an adolescent, and that's just a way to finally get a load of things on my chest throughout the past 6 years,
Mm-hmm.
because adolescents are very vulnerable in terms of peer pressure, in terms of not chasing after their dream because of judgment. So I'm basically just trying to help people.
Nice. Because yeah, we met going back before you
2015,
2015.
late August.
Geez, you're particular.
Yeah, it was like the 31st of August or no, actually it was early September, like the 1st or the 2nd of September.
It's probably something about that. Yeah, on Amigo, wasn't it?
Yeah, I remember 100%. It was around like 10 a.m. I remember.
Wow.
Yeah, my memory's so sharp, thankfully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you get older like me, it just seems to not
No, you're not that old. You're only like 60 years old, you know?
60. Oh dear. So
Apologies.
you've gone through a lot of changes on your channel, from gaming
Yep.
to comedy skits, as you just said. What made you change again?
To realistic.
Yeah.
Life.
Life.
Just life, yeah, because back in the day I used to game all the time. And then I transitioned to real life videos because I want to get myself more out there, get myself more out of my comfort zone, and also express my individuality with the vlogs and all that kind of stuff. But then, of course, I started to do real life, like abstract, avant-garde, documentary type filmmaking, because it's what my life is now, basically. Because it's just all about expression. I've always wanted to express myself, and I believe that if you constantly reinvent yourself, that's how you stay fresh, not only as an entertainer, but as a person as well.
Nice.
So basically, staying fresh.
How would you describe your content, your art, and your documentaries? How would you describe that?
Therapeutic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, therapy. I mean, if you want to give a more in-depth answer, it's therapeutic to me because it's like getting my pain out there.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing that I'm getting my pain out there, it can connect with another individual. Because I've been getting direct messages from people around my age saying, "Oh, you know, not to boost my own ego, but I mean, it still blows me away when people say this, but oh, you inspire me. You know, what you said, you know, really connected with me. I always remember what you said to me. I always remember what you said in your videos that really helped me get through bad days and stuff like that. And knowing that my pain and me expressing it in front of the world is helping people,
Yeah.
I call that a win-win situation, you know, because the fact that people care in the first place is a blessing to me. And I don't know why people care, but I'm just grateful that they're here and they got my back, even after all these years, such as yourself, of course.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a blessing, man. I don't know why, but yeah.
No, it's always good to have that someone or some people that you can rely on and talk to and open up. You know, people you can really trust to open up. They're not going to judge you. They're not going to, it's just like that you can listen to and have that conversation and, you know, things like that.
Every single person needs that.
Yeah.
Every single person in this world needs that. I used to think that I didn't need that. Like, I don't need anyone. You know, I can always live by myself. I don't need anyone to help me with my videos. But trust me, people aren't as bad as they seem. You know, like people are mostly kind-hearted. They most have good intentions. Like 9 out of 10 people would have good intentions, and then you just have to like speak up, ask for help. I mean, people aren't going to shame you. Well, I mean, the worst that they're going to say is no, and then what? Ask the next person,
Exactly.
and then they most likely will say yes. So it's like, just shoot your shot, go for it.
Now, I'm going to move into something a bit more different here than I usually do when I'm asking questions like this.
Okay.
You mentioned that you have and suffer from depression. You've done that in your latest creations on content and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How, you know, you mentioned that and you suffer from the depression as I do, and how serious it can be. Can you tell us a bit more about that from your perspective?
What depression is like, or like how I dealt with it.
How it's making you feel, how you're dealing with it, because it's a very serious subject.
It's a very grey area when you think
it is,
because like the way you answer it, it may not relate to other people's experience with depression, but basically, solely speak from my perspective. So this ain't me objectively describing depression. This is subjectively describing my experience. So just to clarify it to the listener, my experience with depression is some days you just don't want to get out of bed. Some days it's hard to step outside or even like take a shower or even like cook up some food and eat because everything just seems so exhausting. Like there seems to be like a 500-pound weight on your back that you seem to like not be able to get off your back and feel free, but you just feel restricted to do anything. You have this negative mindset that like a nihilistic mindset that everything's meaningless, there's no point to life, what's the point of living? And I dealt with that a lot in the past 6 years, especially in 2013 and 2018. As you know, with the 2018, well, it released in 2019, but on the mental health video, Two Sides to Every Story, which you were in actually. So yeah, shout out Z for the help. But that released on the 20th of January, 2019 around 7 p.m. GMT. And that video is just me announcing like, all right, this is what happened in 2018. I almost like took my own life back in 21st December 2018. So almost a year ago today. And this is how I dealt with it. So the way I deal with it in my day-to-day life is simply working hard and just getting my feelings out there. It's because you need your own circle of friends. And also, you need to make sure that you have some alone time with yourself, some alone time in solitude, because you need to reflect on yourself, basically, like, what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? And how can I improve myself every single day? How can I get 1% better every single day? And in addition to that, the art that I make helps as well, because it's getting my feelings out into the world whilst also connecting with other human beings.
Yeah, and you still got these videos up online, so I can put a link in the description to your channel and the videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Especially the new one that's going to come soon, December 13th.
December 13th, there'll be a new video from Renecide. All the links and Renecides Channel will be in the description down below. And I do encourage everyone to go over and show some love to Renecide and have a look at his content and his documentaries that he's doing there and the stories. It's absolutely great, and
appreciate that, man.
Be sure to go check that out. But saying along the lines of this, is making your new style of video content helping you through this depression?
Without a motherfucking doubt, man.
Yeah.
100%. Because say if I didn't grow as a person, as a creator, and I still did gaming videos and vlogs and all that kind of stuff that I used to do in 2016, that would probably make me even more depressed, without a doubt, because it's me like suppressing my feelings and my thoughts and like my potential as a creator. There's absolutely nothing wrong with making gaming videos and vlogs and all that kind of stuff. But to me personally, I feel like my purpose in life is different from, of course, someone like yourself, you know, because I need to get myself more out there as not only as a creator, but as a documentary filmmaker. So it definitely helps me because it connects with other people, as mentioned before. And it's just me finally expressing my true self whilst also creating a work of art that can perhaps connect with people for the decades to come. And the great thing is, like, comparing my old style of videos to my new style of content. My old style of content is like you watch it once, that's it. It's like junk food, basically. Like you just consume it, and then it doesn't really do anything for you.
Yeah.
But the content that I do now is like a healthy buffet. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
I'll keep you satisfied. And also, even after I'm gone, like say if I passed away, my new content will be more suitable compared to my old content, which is like vlogs and gaming videos, because you get to know me as a person and you get to see the messages that I expressed from one human being to another. So I'm thinking very long term, even like 100 years from now, as ridiculous as it is, because it sounds like a ridiculous goal, but I want to be remembered for centuries to come.
No, I got you. No, I know. I see where you're coming from. I got you. Right. So,
yeah,
on your offside away from YouTube or an entertainer, what things do you get up to, Renecide? What things do you do like on a daily basis or with your friends? Like, do you have hobbies? What do you get up to being apart from making films and documentaries and posting them to YouTube? What's the other side of you that you like to do?
Okay, so when you said apart from making films and documentaries, do you mean like, can I mention the films and documentaries I made outside of YouTube? Or
yeah, do you go like, what else do you do? Like, do you go 10-pin bowling? I'm trying to say, trying to get to the other side of you from the work side of things of documentaries and stuff like that. I mean, you could mention if you're making things outside of the platform.
Yeah. Okay, so casual things I do every single day is writing, like journaling my thoughts and conceptualizing the next idea. I go, obviously, I exercise, of course. I exercise around 5 times a week, which is around 5 hours a week, because 1 hour per session. So I go gym, lift weights, all that kind of stuff, because that builds my self-confidence. That also helps my mental health as well, dramatically. Occasionally I go clubbing as well. You know, gotta have some good time with friends, but I only go like once a month because I take care of my diet and I make sure I'm pretty strict with that in terms of like the macronutrients I consume, like protein, carbs, and fat. I read books. I've been getting into reading a lot this year, so I've been reading like Malcolm X's autobiography, a self-improvement book called How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, and also a book called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. So it's all about self-improvement with my day-to-day life. But I mostly get on with like I do like photography and anything like art related, basically. And besides that, I do like university work, of course, because it's just university work takes up a lot of time. And in addition to that, it's mainly just me working on my craft and improving myself as a person, because I'm trying to like kickstart a business, like a corporate video business the idea, well, it's not registered yet, but the idea is to make promotional videos for small businesses within the town, because every business needs a video, every business needs to be branded and marketed properly, and there seems to be this big struggle with small businesses that they don't have the equipment to film videos. They got the skills, they literally got nothing to improve their branding. So that's where me and my team can come along, and we can make the videos for them, and of course charge and basically build our names up. So I'm focused on more of the entrepreneurial side of things, so I can reach my stage of financial freedom before the age of 30, which is the main long-term plan. And it's mainly just networking as well, like go to networking events, meeting actors, other filmmakers. I mean, I met a filmmaker, award-winning filmmaker, who helped me out with my next project, which is releasing in December 13th, 2019. He did the cinematography. But yeah, just pretty much self-improve myself every single day, because I just need to. I have to.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I can feel the vibe talking to you now of the positivity in you.
Yeah, it's all about the energy. I
Yeah,
mean, energy is everywhere because sometimes when you walk into a room, there's just bad energy. Or when you speak to someone, it's like your gut is telling you that something isn't right.
yeah,
I want to make sure that whoever speaks to me, they know that I'm a person who's honest and who's real. I don't put labels on myself like, oh, I'm a good person, or I'm very humble and all kinds of stuff. I always help people. Speaking about helping people, I do some volunteering as well. I helped out a primary school make a short film about climate change, and it's work with like 8 to 10-year-old kids, and just basically getting the ideas and translating that into film, so we could submit it to a Bank of England film competition. And then if we win, then that means the school can get £1,200 worth of film equipment.
wow.
So that's speaking of the me, and also just just helping people, like helping the community. That's what I've been doing a lot recently.
Yeah,
But yeah, getting back to my point of labels, I don't put labels on myself. I don't believe that I'm a good person, but I don't believe that I'm a bad person. I'm just a person that's real and who's honest and who's basically straight, like who's straightforward with the truth.
yeah,
So if people want to perceive me as, oh, this guy's a piece of, I know it's going to happen in like 10, 15 years time, but there's going to be people that say, oh, this Renecide or some guy's a piece of shit. I mean, there's also another side who say, oh, he's a good person, he really helped me in my life. You guys can think all you want, but as long as I'm real, that's the main thing that's important to me.
most definitely, most definitely.
I'm glad you get good energies from me. I'm really blessed. Likewise, man.
So you mentioned you was at university. Your subjects and you know,
uh, so I do creative film and digital media production, which is basically YouTube, but university wise. So it's just following my passion as a content creator. That's where my uh, idea sparked to take my content more seriously. Because we have like 2,000, 3,000 pound worth of equipment that we can book out for free and make our own joints, basically make our own projects. Like I'm gonna give you an example of the equipment, like a Canon C100,
yeah,
which is worth like 1.5k. I think that's without. I think that's with the lens as well. But that's the thing. If that's really expensive for a bloody camera.
yeah,
So it's free to book out. So and that's just a camera. You could book out lighting, you could book out sound, you could book out a tripod, all that kind of good stuff. But I studied creative film and digital media production, and I'm gonna be honest, man. University has been the biggest learning experience in my life, and I'm grateful that I went because I learned a lot. Not only from a creative perspective, but from a psychological perspective. Because when it comes to filmmaking, when it comes to university, it's all about talking to
yeah,
people. It's all about making connections and expanding your network. Which thankfully, I'm expanding my network by like 20 times over the past year. Which is, and as an introvert, I never thought that would happen. But it's truly a blessing that people accept me for who I am in the real world, because it only took 6 years for people to actually give a fuck about me in real life, you know?
yeah, yeah,
So, yeah, but yeah, it's a great course and it's been going very well. My lecturers, really like me as a person. They really have faith in me. The tech demonstrators really have faith in me, and my peers start to believe in me as well. But as soon as I drop the project, then God knows how to react, because this is like 6 years of my life, the past 6 years of my life in 21 minutes. So hopefully don't get too worried, because it's very vulnerable and very dark.
yeah. Like you got like another year in uni, or is this the last year, or
Uh, this is my second year.
yeah?
There's 3 years in total. So I'll graduate in June
And
2021
that will give
or
you,
July
and that
2021.
will give you what the title of
A graduate, because I'm studying an undergraduate course right now.
yeah.
So undergraduate degree. So I'll probably get a first class honors bachelor degree.
Absolutely awesome, dude. Well done, well
Yeah,
done.
appreciate that, man. I just wish that, because what I'm trying to do right now is, when it comes to my course, I'm trying to inspire as many people as I can.
Yeah,
Well, not only within the course, within the university. So hence why I get involved with like another thing I've been doing is the Santander business workshops, because I want to build myself as an entrepreneur. So I'm gonna try apply for £1,000 grant to kickstart my business, and then hopefully things will be flying. But I just want to help people, man. That's my main goal in
I'm
life.
hoping that does work out. You get your grant and start off that way. I really do. And, I couldn't see it happen to even a better person than you do. You deserve it. I've spoken
Thank you
to you that many times, and, we always have a good conversation, and you wear your heart on your sleeve. No, this honest to God, you wear your heart on your sleeve, and you're real. As I said to you before, you're a real person that, you don't sugarcoat things. You get straight to the point, and you're open and honest. And honest to God, I hope it really does really well with you, man. You deserve it. You really do.
All love, man. I hope the Twitch shit goes good for you too. But yeah, I hope. If I blow it, like if my career turns out to be great, then of course the number one promise I made to myself is obviously repay the back who helped me on the journey. So you, Shelf, Reese, who I'm not trying to think about who else I'm not sure if you know Bookie, the book dude, which is Shelf's friend, but the Shelf man's friend.
Yeah.
But basically all the homies who help me out, I'm trying to you guys as possible. But in order to help you guys out, I have to help myself out.
Yeah.
I have to make sure that I'm financially free. I have to make sure that my skills as an artist is sharpened, and I have to make sure that my local community is all, not satisfied, but all catered to as well.
Exactly.
Because if there's one thing that like breaks my heart a lot is, when I walk down across town center, or when I walk across just a town in general, seeing homeless people in the cold, like in 2 degrees, and them starving, and me not being able to do anything about it because I don't have a whole ton of money in my account. What I can donate is £5 or £10, and that's it. And then them saying,
you do the same as what me and my fiance do. We're in town. I mean, a couple of pound in our pocket is the world to a homeless person.
100%.
So when I see a homeless person, instead of just dropping money in a hat, because I prefer to go and buy him a hot meal if it would be like, from Burger King or something, and buy him a soft drink or some water and things like that. And if I've got any change left, then put it into the hat. But you make sure that they've had something to eat, they've got something to drink, and you've given them a bit of food.
Yeah, definitely.
And I do that all the time.
I'm really glad. I could tell because the energy you give off, like, basically is telling me, my intuition is basically telling me what kind of person you are. And it's also important to just like talk to them, because God knows, like probably 1,000 people that walk by them every single day, and not a single one of them looks at them. Because the way, another thing I didn't mention, I don't think I mentioned this to. I haven't mentioned a lot of things to anybody actually. By the sounds of it, but because no one asks. But as a kid, the way I was raised is I got told, oh, homeless people are I'm just saying my words, by the way. Homeless people are disgusting. They should apply for benefits, and you should never look at a homeless person. Never ever give money to them. They spend it on drugs and alcohol and stuff like that. How do you think they got in there in the first place? And bear in mind, it's like my own parents told me, my own family told me, and I, as a kid, it's like it didn't feel right. Even though like I almost been brainwashed into believing that. It just didn't feel right to me. Like, it just, why is, my blood saying this? And as I got older, I started to form my own opinions. I started to distance myself away from, family and all that kind of stuff. And, just giving like £5 or £10 to them, and then them look at me in the eye saying, God bless you. It's like, just, my heart melts. It's like, how can my blood say that like 10 years back? It's just like, and also it's like when you're Muslim, it's all about giving back, because that's one of the 5 pillars of Islam. Zakat, that's where you have to basically give money back to people who are less fortunate. Hence why we do stuff like Ramadan and stuff like that. Donate and make sure that everyone is fed. Hence why we fast for like 15 hours. But just them saying God bless you to me, it's like they didn't have to say that. They could have just like snatched some money out and ignore me, but they had that time to spread just an ounce of kindness to me. It's just, I just like more kindness than literally the average stranger that will give to me, whether it's at retail or whether it's whether I'm shopping at a supermarket. It just when you lost everything, you'll truly know what to value. You truly value the life that you have.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Because I mean, that's the reason. You mentioned I wear my heart on my sleeve. When I was 13, apologies if I keep mentioning this, but when I was 13, just losing everything and being a loser and walking into school and being bullied and being too fat and doing nothing about it, being mentally weak, physically weak, spiritually weak, and also religiously weak and shamed by my own people, my own proud community. Just having nothing, losing everything, made me more thankful for the life I have, and I'm grateful that I went through the bad days because it makes me treasure all the good days.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So, do you find it hard to juggle university and life with being an entertainer?
Because the thing is with YouTube, well, it would have been a different story back in 2016 because I used to upload very consistently.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I'm so grateful for this. But my audience are like, okay, upload whenever, we'll still be here, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, I'm really grateful for that because they don't force me to say, oh, I want a video every single week or every single day or every single month. They don't like force my creative process because they know that every single time I deliver, it's, well, hopefully, because obviously, good video, bad video is all subjective. They're impressed, such as yourself, who's impressed with whatever I put out as Renecide.
Yeah.
But in terms of balancing in the present in 2019, it's not difficult at all because it's just I barely upload. I only upload like once or twice a year, and that's health for me mentally. But at the same time, it's like I can truly make a statement. I could truly make an impact, not only within YouTube, but outside of YouTube as well. I mean, hopefully I can submit into film festivals and stuff like that. But I would say it's not difficult in the present because it's mainly quality over quantity. But in the past, like 2016, 2015, it was difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your favorite part of being an entertainer?
Helping people,
Helping
100%.
people?
Because, yeah, I just, the fact that there's people that relate, people that share their stories in the comments through private messages saying, well, when I dropped my mental health video in January 20th, the one that you were in,
Mm-hmm.
Two Sides to Every Story, I got like, I remember getting a message from someone saying, the video's impressive and it's interesting to see another brown boy feel the same way. I mean, like, because we're both brown individuals and they were shocked that another person that their age and their same ethnic background felt that way
Yeah.
because of religion and the brown community like restricting us. And they even confessed that I even was gonna commit suicide in late 2017, and well, thankfully they didn't do it, obviously. But it just gets people sharing their stories,
Yeah.
and it makes people connect together because the the best way to love is you gotta let your guard down. There's no way you can love someone or you can spread love if you have your guards all the way up because you're truly restricting yourself and you're truly restricting other people outside the barriers basically that you yourself pull up. So you gotta put the barriers down and then just spread the love and let people love you as well. So yeah, helping people and also people sharing their stories.
No, that's awesome, man. Because I think I mentioned it once before in I don't know if it was a podcast or it was a TubeCast with another YouTuber. Um, I can relate to that because as I said, if you put out one bit of art, if it would be a gameplay, a documentary, a song, a poem, or something in general, and that
Yeah.
one person can have a smile on their face or relate, your job is done.
Yeah.
And I totally agree with what you just said then, 100%.
It's just like, because that's our job. Well, not our job, but that's our like purpose, just helping people.
Yeah,
I mean, even if it's just one person, you never know who that person could turn out to be.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, you gotta like, because I remember a famous quote from Tupac Shakur. He said, I may not change the world, but I guarantee I'll spark the mind that will change the world. So,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. So I'm going to ask you one final question, Renecide.
Alright, go for it. Ask me as much as you want. I'm here all night, bro.
What advice would you give to people who are interested in starting either a YouTube channel or being an entertainer or a gamer? Because you've been a couple of these. What advice would you give if they were thought about being a bit scared to create content, having a webcam, doing anything in general? What advice would you like to leave today for them to take on board?
Shit, okay, well, I could write a book about this, to be honest, but to break it down, the hardest bit to do as a creator, as for anything, if you want to be a martial artist, if you want to be in the army or anything like that, if you want to be a scholar, the hardest part is starting. The amount of people that think about, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, and guess what happens? They don't start. That's the hard making the first move, taking the first step. You got to do that first, and then afterwards, just don't give up. As it's such a cheesy phrase, but you have no idea how many times I almost gave up. And the reason why I shouldn't give up is because you never know where you'll be in 5, 10 years time. I would never, ever, ever in my life would think I would have been in this position, making high quality projects, helping people, having the community. I never thought that in my life. Because compare me to 2013 me, um, the one thing I promised myself, never delete your channel again. You deleted it twice,
Yeah.
so don't do it the third time. Because even in 2014, I got bullied a lot, like the first 6 months. Because, I just I had my Minecraft videos and my squeaky voice and everything. I was 14, I was goofy. I was bullied every single time I stepped out the house by my childhood friends. I was bullied inside the house. I was bullied in school, so I was bullied in mosque. So I had literally nowhere to go. But I couldn't give up because I promised myself that, look, if you keep going, if you keep being persistent, then you never know what will happen.
Yeah.
And also, if you keep going, you will grow as a person, and also your content and art will grow as well. I didn't think I'd be making documentary films or abstract movies or whatever you like to call it. Going from Minecraft to gaming to vlogs to challenges to skits to then, of course, what I'm doing right now. You just never know where you'll be. But the only reason why I'm where I am right now, if that made any sense whatsoever, but the reason why I'm at this position right now is because due to one last thing, and that's being self-reflective.
Mm-hmm.
See what you're doing right, see what you're doing wrong, and then take action. But always, always, always put action first and then theory. Because taking action is more important. Because you can theorize all the greatest ideas, the greatest concepts in the world, but what's the point if you're not going to take action and make the first step?
Exactly.
So, yeah, I can write a fucking book about this, but that's like a very brief analysis. So don't give up. Always take the first step, make a start, and of course, be self-reflective, be realistic as well, but also follow your heart, even when your own friends don't care about you, when your own family don't care about you. As long as you care about yourself, as long as you care about your mission and your purpose, then eventually those people will learn to support you.
Nice, nice. All right, dude. Well, I want to say thank you for your time doing this interview with us today. I think everyone will be, appreciative for everything you spoke about today.
You're very welcome. Appreciate you having me on.
No, you're welcome, man, anytime. But I want to say thank you to everyone who's dropped by to listen to this TubeCast today. Much thanks to everyone who's joined us. Thank you again to Renecide for taking the time to be part of the TubeCast.
No worries, my man. It's the least I could do. You've been a homie for 4 years.
Thanks, man. And thank you to everyone who's watching, and I shall see you all on the next TubeCast.